Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Pokemon. It is I, Xilestar, and today we're going to be starting, well, Pokemon Silver. Yeah, so we're going to be starting Pokemon Silver today. The reason why is because I no longer have any Pokemon... Sorry. I no longer have any Pokemon Gold footage lying around ready to go, so I need to start Pokemon Silver. Anyway, so the rules of this is pretty much the same as the Lugia slash Pokemon Gold run, where this time instead of running with Lugia, we're going to be running with Ho. Now I do have BK Hex running in the background just so that I can do the quick switch. And yeah, so let's get things started. So I've already done the naming of the character, everything else. I might not read most of the trainer dialogue because I've already done that in Pokemon Gold. So if you're interested in the trainer dialogue, go to Pokemon Gold. I've read most of them. I'm probably only gonna read. I don't know how you want to word it. I might just do like most of the important ones. Yeah. What day is it today? I think it's Tuesday, is it not? It's Tuesday. Yeah. No, it's not daylight savings time. Oh, you're a little off, but it's fine. It's not too bad. I just know how to use the phone. Yes, it's convenient. All right. So, I want to do something really interesting. So, because I want this to be at least a little bit easier for us, we're going to be picking a starter that's going to help us out a lot more. I need a favor to have an acquaintance called Mr. Pokemon. Yep. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Let's just skip this. Come on. Just give us a Pokemon already. Yes. Pick one. Thank you. Yeah, so let's see here. No, we don't need Cyndaquil. Although Cyndaquil would technically be a perfect choice because we're getting a fire-type Pokemon, but no. I want it to be a little bit easier for us because of the fact that this is one of the first couple generations kind of thing, so Ho doesn't really have the best move pool. So we're going to pick Totodile. No. Okay, we're just gonna skip all this. I'm gonna leave the lab. I might just keep the recording running. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what I want to do with that. Yay. Just leave me alone. Okay. Oh, come on, man. Okay, there we go. All right, that's done. So now we're gonna go and do this. We're gonna save the game. Okay, now we're gonna go and okay, I'm gonna pause it. Not like it matters, I don't think. I'm going to go to where I have the game located. Where is the thing? Ah, here it is. Perfect. So we're going to go to there. We're going to go to Pokemon Silver save. Ah, it's because it's still loading. All right, so I got to close the game. As unfortunate as it is, I do have to. Did you not even load the... Oh, just loaded the dang save, please. Thank you. Alright, party. We have the Totodile. We don't really need that. We need the Ho, because Ho is going to be our Pokemon. Level 5, yes. It's got a held item? That's weird. I didn't know it has a held item. Okay. Everything else looks kind of good, I guess. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure that it actually has the right moves, though. Because if it doesn't have the right moves, we're not gonna be able to do anything. Yeah, okay. What? No. Okay, what moves is it supposed to learn at this time? So level 5, it only has one move. Yay. Oh, do I ever love having this Pokemon. Where's the move? There it is. Okay. Ah, okay. So there it is. It's telling me that it can't figure out what's going on here. That's completely fine by me. Yeah, I can figure out what everything else is. All right, export save. Let's go to Pokemon Silver. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, we want to replace it. And now we're gonna go reload up the game. All right. Let's go load up the game. I don't know if it's actually gonna load it real quick though. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the software to kind of notice it, kind of thing. Hang on, I'll see if I can speed it up a little bit. Come on. Come on already. So sometimes it takes a little bit where... Oh, come on, man. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see if that works to our advantage. All right, ho. So, oh, I didn't make it level 5. Why didn't you do? It's fine. Oh, it's because it grabbed it from the experience, and because legendaries take longer, it moved it to 4. That's fine. Shouldn't be that hard. Shouldn't be that difficult. All right, it's fine. All right, let's go. That just means we have to do a lot of training. I'm gonna go speed it up a little bit. There we go. So we're gonna be doing the exact same thing we did with Pokemon Gold, which is that we played for about a little over 2 hours. So that's about 8 videos. So we're just gonna do that again. I don't know what my excuse was for Pokemon Gold doing that, but I'm gonna tell you this now, before I forget myself. I actually haven't slept yet, so in about 2 hours I definitely need sleep. But like, I need videos of this at the very least. So at the very least though, you guys will at least have like videos for the channel to watch, kind of thing, while I'm out doing real world things. So yeah. I'm trying to think if I should have just given Ho the Gust move, but that's like level 22 though. That's a level 22 move, and I'm trying to think like if I should have. And I'm trying to think like, would that make sense to give it Gust? But then again, it would be too overpowered, because at the very least, like, the reason why Ho is the challenge is because of the fact that Ho and Lugia have really good stats, but they have really bad move pools for the beginning. Later on, they get very good move pools, but at least Ho and Lugia are kind of okay. At the very least, like, close to the mid-tier. The only thing I'm sad, though, is that, like, Ho learns a move at level 88, but unfortunately, based off of what we've seen from Lugia, we never even got that high. We got to, like, what, level 79? Maybe, like, level 80? So we never got that high, but it would learn Ancient Power, which is an amazing move to have. But we get to learn some really nice moves. And the weird thing is that Ho can learn Giga Drain, which is very interesting. Because I would never have thought that it would be able to learn Giga Drain. So I'm not going to read it. So I'm not going to read the dialogue. I'm going to go very slow just so you guys can read it if you want. I've already read it before. If you want to see it, it's Pokemon Gold. This is mostly just as a speed run kind of thing. And mostly just to see, like, is the game different with a different Pokemon kind of thing. We're going to do something really cool with Crystal. But the reason why I want to do something really cool with Crystal, or I'm going to do it this way, is because it's going to be very interesting. Actually, while I am here, I should probably figure out if it actually would be doable. Oh my god, it is doable. What? It is doable? That's interesting. That's good. I'm glad it's doable. Well, not as much, but it's better than what I thought it would be, though. Yeah, it doesn't look like they learn very good moves. Yeah, they have very bad move pulls. At least in Crystal, they get better move pools, but still, that's very interesting. Wait, they don't get to learn it in I almost said Sword and Shield. Like, they don't learn it until Crystal. That's interesting. Huh. Wait, then what would the final one learn? Would be... Oh, okay, so... Yeah, I guess this makes sense. Because that type doesn't really have many good moves. Anyway, it's fine. Not that big of a deal. Ooh, you give a ton of experience, actually. Well, for a level 4, it's going to be pretty easy. Especially since it's like a Pokemon I can take out in one shot. If I actually, I don't know, land the hit. Yeah, I didn't actually get to see any of the IVs were really good. The only thing I saw was... the only thing I did was I just changed the Pokemon species. And move pool, of course. Or that I'd only just, like, changed everything and just added Sacred Fire. Because that is the move we should have. Because that is what Ho is supposed to have. But I'm guessing, though, that because we have really good HP, I think we have really good IVs. Like, level 30 at level 6 seems like it's very high, though. So did we get lucky and get a really high, like, pool? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Alright, heal our Pokemon. Uh-oh. Who's that? You got a Pokemon at the lab. Yeah, what a waste. Wimp like you. I probably didn't even put tech speed high. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Alright. Alright, mysterious person. What kind of Pokemon do you have? Alright. Alright, Sacred Fire. Nope, there you go. That's the whole reason why. I wanted to make the rival fight at least a tiny bit easier. I don't remember what a rival had in the original. I want to say it was Totodile, but I don't really know. Yeah, you do what you want. I'm gonna go do this. Fast, power style, set. Let's do that because it's very nice. I like it. It looks really good. We'll go over here. I know I should be fighting wild Pokemon just to get experience, but since we're using a move that only has like limited power points, and we have very limited areas to actually go and like fully heal it, I'd rather just not do it. At least for this, the only difficulty is the beginning part. Okay, I want to check something here. Oh, it's taking a while. Come on. There we go. I'll mute that. Let's see here. What did our rival use? Very curious. While I'm doing this, I just want to see what the rival was using. I'm curious because I think it's Totodile, but I don't remember. Artemis is our rival. Yep. Artemis will always be our rival. Oh, Cyndaquil. Okay. Oh, I actually named the Lugia, like, at the beginning. I thought I named it after the fact. Well, I'll name the Ho after the fact. I have an idea of what I want to name it, so I'll do that after. Actually, I'm going up pretty fast, but the text is going pretty fast too. So I think it's still kind of helpful. Yeah, so it should be fine. Yeah, so like if I feel like I'm getting tired later on, you know why. I saw the video running in the background. I do. I don't need that playing in the background anymore. Okay, so one thing that I want to mention, though, is that while this is going on, or not while this is going on, while I am doing stuff in the background for different series for the channel, like Oblivion, I have a pet idea that I want to do. I say pet, it's more of like something I want to do on the side kind of thing that I really want to do. No. Yeah, I understand. Should be fine for now. I think I'll only need a Pokemon with Cut. Look, we have a Pokemon with Cut that just decided to show up. So, yeah, so like I'm currently working on doing something specific for Oblivion mod, well, Oblivion mod to play through, but technically it's for everything involved. And it has to do with a system that I've already used, and then it's actually very slow kind of thing. But I want to do something very special with it, because I think that would be a really good idea for me to do it. Okay. Yep. Give a nickname. We're going to give it the nickname of Cut, because that's what you're going to be using. There we go. So yeah, so like I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to get some help with that too, because I don't know if it's any different, and if it is something that's different, I'm going to need some help to kind of understand why it's different and get it to kind of work the way that I want it to, which is going to be awesome. But yeah. The other thing as well that I'm thinking of off the top of my head that I'm going to be doing is for Minecraft related stuff. So I'm still currently in the process of working on 1.20's storyline. I still have to go do that. I've just been distracted with doing something else. Mostly waiting until 1.21. It's currently what I'm working on right now, and it's like, whoa, I need to go backwards, right? But it's like, but I need to work on this one thing because it would be amazing if it gets done. So I have to go back into, so I want to go, so sometime, I think, maybe sometime tonight, maybe, I don't know. Well, technically tonight I'm going to be editing this. Like, after I wake up kind of thing. I'm going to go and set up. Oh, I've also changed how I do, not edit videos, but like how I sort of do it now. Because I'm sick and tired of going through. So what happens is that when a session goes through the editor once, because it was in small clips or whatever you want to call it, pretty much, or I had to stop the recording and close the recording and then restart it back up, kind of thing. What happens is that when you merge all of them together, it's harder for the editing software to get it to the perfect millisecond, because it only goes up to like, I think 30 or something like that. So it's really weird for it to get towards the that right frame, if you will. Because for some reason, if you only because if I only use what OBS gives me, it'll have 2 frames within whatever you want to call it, pretty much. But if it goes to the editor once, it only has 1. But for some reason, it's 1, but you have to count backwards by 1 at the same time. So if it says, let's say, a video has to be like 18 minutes and 1 millisecond, you have to go like 18 minutes and 2 milliseconds in order to get that 1 millisecond. For some odd reason, it does that. And I have no explanations as to why it does that, but it does. And it's really weird, and I have no explanations as to why it actually does that for me. So I got extremely confused when I first saw that. I was like, why is it doing this? And why am I only experiencing this now? Like, when I was recording Nayrum back during the beginning of the channel, I never experienced that. So you would think, though, that it would be something that I have already grown accustomed to, but Nayrum, I never experienced that problem once. So either OBS did something weird with the file format, or it updated something that how it handles those file formats, or actually, I don't even think my editing software even updates. I think I disabled that because I got annoyed of it. It kept annoying me after every time that it was done editing a session. It's like, hey, there's a new update, and I'm like, shut up. Then I'll do it again after another edit, and I'm just like, okay, how do you disable this? However it updates, and then it's like, oh, you can do it this way, and I ended up doing that. So now it doesn't bother me, although I'm now probably extremely out of date, but it's fine. It does what I want it to do in the first place. But it's fine, and I don't care if it's the way that the file format is, because I have it so though OBS records it in .mp4, which I know for a fact is something that a lot of editing softwares can actually edit, whereas I think it has another one as well. What is it? Oh, it won't let me search because I'm actually currently recording as it is. Because I'm recording right now, it won't let me. But I think the other one's like MKV, I think. I don't know what that means. But I know MP4 is just something that I'm used to. And I know for a fact that there are some editing softwares that actually do edit only those specific files. So I thought that maybe my editing software could do it. And I was indeed correct. It can handle MKVs, but you have to have a specific extension in order for it to work. I do have that extension. I had to do it for, I think, one video. And I think that was way early on. And then I just said, you know what? Forget it. I'm doing MP4s only. So I just did MP4s only. But yeah, so now that I'm doing, now what I'm doing is that I can save projects. So what I do is that when I get the right timetable that I need for it, what I do is I delete the excess footage, temporarily of course, just enough so though it has that only what needs for that video. And then what I do is that all I need to do is just save as whatever it is. So I think for Pokemon Gold, what I did was I called it PG, and then because I normally, even though I think for Pokemon Gold, I never went higher than 8, I think. I don't think I ever went higher than that, but just in case for like Oblivion and stuff like that, same idea though. So I ended up looking into what I could do for that. So what I did was that I found that naming it like under the zeros at the beginning, which is what I normally do for anything nowadays. So when I changed it to have 01 kind of thing, it makes things much easier for me because now guess what happens? Now it's always on top. It's always at top and it's always like in a numerical order. So it helps out a lot. But that's what I've been doing now lately for editing videos and such like that, is that I've done it this new system, and it works out flawlessly to me. And because a lot of the times, though, when I'm out and about, because I need to go to, like, the store to go get something, or I need to, or have, like, a doctor's appointment, or, you know, whatever it is, I can always just remote into my computer, open up the file, and click render as, and I can just click enter again. Because I know for a fact that because what happens is that whatever the file name is in terms of the project, so for Pokemon Gold, let's say the first video is PG01, it'll literally save it as PG01.mp4 or whatever it is. So either way, like, I'm getting the thing that I need to get a hold of pretty much. If that makes sense. Like, I'm getting the right title that I can use for it. And what I have is I have a different software that allows me to change multiple file names at the same time. It is a very useful utility that I actually do love. It can just it can just rename a bunch of files in bulk. And it's a very useful utility. I've already pretty much said its name, just different, hey. It's fine. But that's pretty much how I do the things. Even beforehand, when I would only use the numbers. So like if it was the first video, 1. If it's the second video, 2. If it's the third, 3. Kind of thing. Like I used to do it that way for what, 2, almost 3 years now? And that's pretty much how I did the channel. And then later on I started to change it or change it to a different system by adding zeros if it was more than 10, or if there was 10 or more videos from a session. And there is actually a good reason why I did that. The reason why I did that system is because of the fact that what happens with the software is it does exactly what every other thing does. When you put 1, 2, 3, and then you have 10, 20, and 30, let's say, what it will do is that it will sort it by 1, 10, 2, 20, 3, 30. And then so on and so forth until you get towards the bottom, right? So that just made everything so difficult for me. So I just said, you know what, I'm done. Just gonna go with 0 at the beginning, and it worked out very well for me. At the end of the day, like, I had everything that I really needed. So there was no point in me actually being like too angry at editing for the videos in general. Hello. You guys just have Bellsprouts. Should be easy pickings. But yeah, like, I enjoy the, like, finding out those kinds of things and just little tips and tricks that actually help out a lot. like me finding out that all by myself kind of thing is just always amazing. And it's the same thing with like when I try to find something new for the channel to go and record and stuff like that. Like Pixelmon, for instance, like for Pixelmon Adventures though, like that series is popping off and I don't understand why it is. Let me go check out the one session that I got really confused of why it popped off. But yet, if you look at the other... hang on. But if you look at, like, the other videos... Like, I got really confused why that, like, these videos popped off and then the other ones did not. So, okay. So here's one... No, here's the one I'm thinking of. Okay. So... This is why and there's also something confusing to me too, but I want to sort of talk about it in its own kind of thing, maybe. One thing is that for Pixelmon Adventures, on April 1st, literally April Fool's, which is funny, because I didn't do anything special for that day, which I'm kind of surprised, though, that these videos even did very well. I uploaded 2 completes of Pixelmon Adventures. They were part 9 and 10. So part 9 and 10, they were uploaded. Part 9 and 10 got uploaded, and the next thing I knew, they were very explosive. Right now, part 19, or part 9, sorry, is over 400 views, which is amazing to me, because that video has only been up for about a little over a week. And it's doing that well. And same thing with the other one, where part 10, where that one is like getting close to about 700 views, which is amazing to see. But what is very confusing to me, and this is where I get confused with some of my videos in particular, of some of the statistics, because it confuses me, because it's like, okay, why did this happen? And why does YouTube still have this? It doesn't make any sense to me logically. So that video that is number 10, part 10 of the completes, has 6 likes and 1 dislike. And what I don't understand is that why is there still a dislike button in the first place? If the viewers themselves don't get to technically see it unless they have an extension that actually reveals it. But yet, we still get to see it. The thing that I don't understand is that there shouldn't even be a dislike button in the first place. If you don't like the video, don't watch it. If you watch the video for 10 seconds, go, this isn't what I want to watch, then stop. That's literally what I do when my smart TV, when I watch YouTube on there, or when my laptop that's right next to me switches over to a video that I don't want to watch. You know what I do? I don't go, ew, dislike button. No, I click off the video, or I backtrack to the previous video and see if there's another video from that same creator that I want to watch. Why is there a dislike button in the first place? Like, if you don't like the person, don't watch them. There should be a system in place where if you don't like a certain creator, you should have it so, though, like, when you're going through autoplay or when you're watching a video, you don't get to see their content anymore. Like, you sort of whitelist seeing their content. So, like, let's say I don't like seeing Xilestar's videos. I'm going to whitelist, or black... I don't know what it is. I think it's blacklist, I think. It's where you don't see their content at all. I can't remember what the phrase is. I don't think it's whitelist. I think it's blacklist. Where you just don't see their content at all, and you just continue on your merry day, and you never see their content again. Like... that is something that YouTube needs more than anything. Instead of this dislike button, use this system, because it is much easier to sort of it's much easier to implement, I'm pretty sure, Plus, not only that, it also helps out with user base. So if I don't like watching, let's say, this one channel because, let's say, this person is annoying to me, I don't want to watch their content anymore, I can just say, hey, YouTube, I don't like watching this person anymore. Can you take them off my, like, channels that I wouldn't mind seeing? Because I obviously don't want to see them anymore. But if YouTube still wants to persist in saying, hey, yeah, we're going to go and add this dislike, we're going to keep this dislike button, doesn't make sense. It's the same thing of, I don't want to, like, say something and then I'm totally wrong. But I think Facebook doesn't even have a dislike button. It only has a like button. Or that you can report it or something like that. Or you can say, hey, I don't want to see this kind of content anymore. And then Facebook goes, oh, okay, you won't see that content again. I'm pretty sure Facebook has that. And I'm not saying, though, that YouTube needs to copy what Facebook does because Facebook is a better system or anything like that. No. Just, like, I understand the like system, but the dislike part of it is weird because it doesn't actually do anything. It really doesn't. Why would you even add a dislike button to a platform where it doesn't matter anymore? So out of, like, every person who has ever kind of talked about how YouTube videos kind of generate revenue or anything like that, it's based off of watch time. How many people will actually sit and watch your video is how you actually get, how you actually get money. I'm not earning anything from my channel. My channel is too small for me to be able to earn even a cent kind of thing, based off of what YouTube is telling me. So, and either way, though, I don't really think I can profit mostly off of my videos anyway, because none of them are pretty much unique in their own way. But yeah, like, most of my videos that have a dislike, I'm confused by them a lot of the times, because it's like, why is there a dislike in the first place? Like, I don't understand. And the weird thing is that, like, that complete video has a comment, and I'm gonna go pull it up. It just says keep going, like, somebody just says keep going on. Like, that doesn't tell me anything. Like, that doesn't tell me, like, why there was a dislike on the video. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, a bunch of people just saying, like, I need... Like, oh, like you're a good channel, you need more subscribers, blah, 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 blah. Like, I get those a lot. I'm not saying I don't agree with them, but, like, I get them so much that I kind of just get desensitized to them. Or it's like, yeah, I kind of, like, I already know this. Like, you don't need to say it, kind of thing. One of them says, like, and this actually confused me a lot of why you would even send a comment like saying this in the first place, which is hilarious because the guy's like, hey buddy, I don't watch your videos, but I see that you do work hard. Don't give up, stay consistent. And I'm just like, why do you need to say that? Like, why do you need to say, like, hey, bro, I do not watch your videos? Like, it's like, okay. Like, you didn't really, like, I'm not saying, though, like, don't give a comment at all. I'm just saying, though, like, I don't think I really needed to know that you don't watch my videos. Because I can already kind of tell that nobody really watches my videos. Because, like, the most consistent view counts that I have for videos nowadays, or in the sort of now kind of thing, is around 5 to 10 views per video. And that's average. And that's not including, like, how the completes are doing, right? Like, I think the highest viewed video is still that Pokemon Legends Arceus video. and I have no idea why it's still doing well. It is. It's over 3,000 views, and I have no idea why it's that high. It is interesting. Yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus Part 21, like 3,179 views. I don't understand that. Also, there's actually something else too. I think Pokemon Brilliant Diamond is the only game I think that I did guides for. And I found out that I did not like recording them anymore. So don't expect me to record anymore, because I will refuse. It is not worth the time, the hassle, and like the research in order to do it anymore, because this just tells me exactly what I am doing wrong, kind of thing. Because like I understand that my channel is not meant to be that way, but I thought that it would be helpful because the game was still relatively new. So I wanted to help people out and to kind of get out of the sort of like the superstition and like false information kind of thing about this stuff too. So I ended up recording several guides. I wonder if I can actually pull them all up. Oh, there was only 3 guides. I think one of them was just... Oh, no, wait, what was the extra special? I thought there was 4 specials. Maybe it was something else. I don't know. So there was the Mysterious Shards guide that I did for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. That one did very well, which I already knew that it was going to do well. The reason why I knew it was going to do well is because of the fact that, like a lot of people really wanted Mysterious Shards, and the game has already been out for about, I think, a little over a week, I think, at that time. When did Pokemon Brilliant Diamond come out? I think it was the 18th, right? Oh, the 19th. Okay. So about 9 days after release, I ended up having a guide out, and it did very well when it first came out, but I already knew that the YouTube was already like kind of saturated with it, and my video wasn't really too long either. Like it was only like it's only 5.5 minutes pretty much, but it gets the same points across of how I ended up getting Mysterious Shards and how I was able to pretty much do all of the legendaries kind of thing. So yeah, like how I did all the legendary slates and stuff like that, that's how I did it. Like this video this video shows you how I obtained it, not how other people obtained theirs. This shows you how I did mine, how I did it my way. And then I think when I was halfway done, I was like, okay, there's got to be a faster method. And then I think I looked up a video, and this guy ends up explaining a different way of doing it. And I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. So I did it his way, and I found that I was getting shards less often, which was odd because this person said that I should be getting more. So I thought, that's very interesting. That's very weird. So I looked it up, and and it doesn't really tell you much about it, but like what I think was happening was that because of the area that I was in, or the area that I was going towards kind of thing, because there was a lot of newer players around, what happened was that because they haven't finished the game, because what you can do is that when somebody is digging on the wall, you can dig with them. I can't remember how the mechanic worked because it's been so long and I haven't opened up Brilliant Diamond in like a long time. But like I think what happened is that you can dig with them, and because they are, let's say, only have like 4 gym badges of where I am currently, even though I can get the Brilliant Shards, or whatever it is called, I think it's called Legendary Shards or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But because I can get them, but they can't. And because they initiated, like, I can't get the shards because they didn't get them. Like, they don't have it unlocked, which means that I don't get them. So I think that there was that kind of miscommunication that I didn't know about. And I think that's what I showed in the video. Mind you, I wish I got footage of me getting the shards when I wanted. Oh wait, they're called mysterious shards. I just looked at the video title. They're called mysterious shards. I thought they were called like primal shards or something like that. Anyway, so like I wish I got footage of me actually getting them so I can actually show that I actually got them. But I didn't get that lucky to get it on video. But you can tell that I actually did get them on at some point. Look at the legendary video that I did with it. Like, I can literally show it off right now. I definitely can say though that like trying to get the playlist to work with it was incredibly difficult. What does it say for the playthrough complete? It's number 10? It's probably not even 10. It's probably something else. Okay, I can't miss the Sacred Fire, otherwise we lose. Good. Okay, come on. 3 hours, 5 minutes, 46 minutes. Okay, maybe it is a complete. That isn't... Two... Okay, wait. Hang on a second. I did mute... Yeah, I did mute it. No, because I didn't actually do it on that video. Okay. Nope, still not that one. Ah, okay. Ah, okay, I think I got it now. Okay, so it looks like whatever would be 13, I think. How big is the length of the video? $240, okay. Hang on a second, I'm just trying to... Okay, yeah, so let's see here. Oh, yes, I remember this. So during post, this was actually the first time I actually added anything during post-production, or technically, like, after the video is all correctly done. And I thought that would be very interesting to have this, even though I didn't technically need to, but I thought that it would be very helpful. And that is that at around the 1 minute 34 second part, or 30 seconds kind of thing, I ended up putting the timetables for the actual Pokemon kind of thing, because I thought that it would be very helpful to actually get a hold of that information, right? So I had it so that, like, it would show, like, the locations of where you get the legendaries kind of thing. And if you wanted the actual, like, battles of the legendaries, like, here's the time that I had for those kinds of Pokemon. I know for some of those Pokemon, it was very interesting because some of them were very easy to do. Or some of them were, like, very easy to capture. And I thought, that's weird. right? Like, I thought that was very strange. Like, I think at one point I threw like one Pokeball or something like that, and I caught something, and I was just like, what the? Or like it took like 2 or 3 Pokeballs or something like that, and I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. The thing that I got so pissed of, and I think, or the thing that I got so angry of, and I think there was an explanation that I read somewhere, and I can't remember where I read it from. And I'm angry that I can't actually find out where that information actually is anymore. But the actual, like, thing is that, like, when I caught Shaman, I was pissed because the way that I interpreted how Shaman was that Shaman was a Pokemon that was very high, has like a very low catch rate. Has a very low catch rate. It's very difficult to capture. I'm wasting my time just trying to throw Pokeballs at it, pretty much. So what I did is that I ended up going and just kind of, I don't want to say ignoring it, but I was like, okay, I'm going to do my normal strategy. I'm going to go and paralyze it first turn. I think it triggered the paralysis, I think. And then what I did after the fact is that I ended up full swiping it all the way down to 1 HP. And I was like, okay, this is perfect. It's now 1 HP. It is also... Wait, it's 1 HP. It's paralyzed. It's really good. Capture rate. Throw my Pokeball because I have the Pokeball challenge. And so I threw my Pokeball, and this is the first Pokeball, and I caught it. And the thing is that, like, the way that I wanted that session to go, it was supposed to be a 4-video session because there was a little portion of the game where I never did. So I wanted to go do that while I was catching Shaman. So I thought that the Shaman would take off, like, you know, it would bite off, like, let's say 10-20 minutes of me just going, stay in the Pokeball, stay in the Pokeball, stay in the Pokeball. First Pokeball, I caught it. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you're kidding me at that moment. I should probably figure out what this Brilliant Diamond one is. It's 245 in the duration. Just gonna go talk to you. It'll give me an excuse to actually just talk to things. Okay. Maybe I need to go type in Pokemon. Oops. I can actually type Pokemon Brilliant Diamond complete. There we go. Maybe I could find out what it is if I just type in complete. It's about 245. That's weird. I'm not seeing it here. And that doesn't say that I never uploaded it. It just says, like, I'm not searching for the right criteria. Which is interesting. Maybe I typed in... I put in legendary, maybe? Huh. Maybe I need to type in legend? No, because then it's going to show off all... Yeah, I figured. Okay, there we go. All legendaries, 245. It's its own video. Okay, so it's not even a part of the completes. Or it is technically a part of the completes, I mean. But it is. It doesn't have a part number. But yeah, but pretty much... It's definitely very helpful. I definitely relate. But yeah, but this is the, like, that video is the only one that I added, like, something at the end because I thought that it would be very helpful. so I ended up adding it. Yeah, because I don't think I ever added anything post things. I think the only thing that you can technically say that I did it after post was the history of the Dark King, because after I was done recording, I found out that some portions weren't recorded for some odd reasons. Like, I couldn't quite figure out why it didn't record certain parts, so I just said, you know what, I'm going to go back into the video, and I'm going to go record those separate parts. So that's why that if you do look at the history of the Dark King video, you'll notice that there are a few points in which that the background changes. That is the reason why. It is because I had to redo that entire video. And because I had to redo the entire video, or parts of it I should say, or a section of it, I had to change what I did. And because I can't always make my character go the same way as it did before, you'll notice that change. Okay. Yeah, so like, I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, like another series that I used to do for the channel was Diablo 3. I haven't heard anybody actually want me to go redo that or continue with what I was doing beforehand, which is that one thing that I wanted to do was go through the entire story with a different class, because I only used one class, and the only classes that I've actually beaten the entire game with was the Crusader and the Necromancer. I beat the game with the Necromancer first, even though I technically played the game first with the Crusader, but then I found out that the DPS wasn't that strong, so then I switched to Necromancer. The Necromancer was really strong, so then I was able to beat the game, and then I was able to beat it with Crusader second because my Necromancer had a weapon that I think decreased its level requirement by like 35 or whatever it was. I think it was actually 15. So I was able to like have like a level 70 weapon as a level 55. So I was able to start like clobbering through enemies without having any problems. And then now I have a bunch of other characters that are, I want to say, ready to go through the adventure because I have the items for them. The only thing is that like I have the items ready for those kinds of journeys, but I don't really like. But do I have the commitment kind of thing to go through going through those games again and again and again? For Diablo 3, in my opinion, I got bored of playing through the story a bunch of times. I was excited for the story when it was the Necromancer going through the beginning parts of it because I already went through it, so I already knew what I was doing. But when it was the new points, I was like, ooh, this is interesting. I don't know what's happening now. So I want to explore this area. So when it got to the point where I was going through... What was it? So when I got to playing as the wizard, when I got to playing as the monk, because those were the two classes that I wanted to kind of get more experience with, because those were two that were really good that I saw. And when I saw those, I was like, when I was trying to play as those characters, I found out that the game was very slow because, or it was very long to be fair, even though that these characters had level 70 equipment. Sorry, I have to use safeguard, so I'm just gonna skip it. Because these characters were had level 70 equipment that you could wear as level 1, they were going much faster, and I didn't need to upgrade equipment, which means that I could either just sell it or deconstruct it or whatever. I think I just deconstructed it. and I just had like a bunch of materials and a bunch of other things as well. So by the end of the day, I had a ton of materials. So when I was recording with when I was recording that Necromancer for you guys kind of thing, I already did all that shenanigans of grinding, of getting those items and doing all that. Like, I think we ended up using my end game set, I think, at the end of the day. And there is a reason for that too. Like, I literally went through the entire game and I ended up playing that. I can definitely tell you though that if I don't bring in that Crusader set, I don't want to play as Crusader. Too slow, too lagging enough that I don't want to deal with that shenanigans like a second time. Because by mid-game, I'm going to get tired. And I don't want to play the game anymore. And I don't want that. And I like to play the game. And it's the same thing with, like, the monk, though. Like, I've already... Like, I played up until, I think, Act 4 before... I think I lost the save, I think. Because I forgot to back it up on the cloud kind of thing. But... That's it. Like, I forgot to back it up on the cloud. I think that was back when I was, trying to figure out if I could, grab the saves internally. Then I found out that you couldn't. Then I found out that there was a weird glitch that can happen in Diablo 3. I think it was a glitch, or it was something like it can screw up something if you're doing something, which is that no, maybe it was just me just turning off auto doing that because it was annoying. Oh right, yeah, that's what it was. I turned off auto not auto renew, what's the wording for it? It's like auto sync it. So what happens is that when you close what happens is that when you close the game, it syncs up the save to the cloud. And I think I turned it off because I was doing something and I was experimenting with something. And I didn't want to, I can't remember what it was. I think it was just a random exploit or something like that, and I wanted to see what it was, how it worked. And so that's what I did, is I wanted to experiment with it. And it worked, but I didn't want it to corrupt my save, so I made sure that it didn't back it up. But of course that means that it also lost my monk, it lost my wizard, so now I have to redo those again. I think I still have my wizard, but I don't want to use it. I don't want to go through the game like a 4th or 5th time, though. Especially if there's nothing that's going to be going on, though. Like, I don't mind doing the videos, like, I don't mind recording myself playing those so I can upload them on YouTube, because at least it's making me somewhat productive, if that makes sense. So, I think, as I said, I think it was Pokemon Gold, I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to think if I recorded anything. I think it was just Gold. Yeah, I think it was just Gold. I am still kind of sick. I'll cough a few times, maybe. I'll try and do my best to make sure that it is not being recorded. but of course it might sneak up on me, so I might cough without knowing. But I'm doing my best in just kind of just preventing it. I know I coughed a little earlier. You guys didn't catch it because I actually remembered what my mute button was. I had to look at my keyboard for like 2 minutes, and I was like, I think it's this button. And then I saw it said muted. I was like, oh, thank Lord Cube Man. Yeah, I don't know where Abra is in this game. I want Abra again. Abra's very helpful. There you go. There's another one for you. Route 34, Route 35. I don't know what routes those are. Route 34. What is that? Oh, okay, I see now. Okay, so that's Goldenrod. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay. Cool. So, is there anything new? Yes, technically. I don't want to spoil it, but I did say I was going to do something, and I was able to finally do it. I'm very happy that I was able to do it. It took me, let's see, how many sandwiches did it take me to do it? I think it took me like 5 or 6, I think. So it took me about, I want to say 3 to 5 hours altogether, because I think I tried something else, or I think I tried earlier, and then I couldn't get it to work, so I just went, whatever. It's fine. But it did take me a while, and I was able to get that done. I still have to EV train Muddy on my Scarlet. I have to find out what my EV spread is and do it whenever I have free time. That should be fun. I also caught the raid Blissey when that was about to end. I ended up catching it because a Blissey with Seismic Toss was really nice. And I think its Terra type was Dragon, I think, is the final one that I was able to get a hold of. I'm going to change it though, but yeah. The Blisseys actually help out so much with raid crystals, or with the raid shards. Oh my word, does it ever. Something else that I want to mention though is that I did get the Ditto event. It is so difficult to actually do anything with it, which is surprising. Because something that I thought that something that's actually very interesting is that, okay, so the first Ditto event I went with a Magikarp, because I did the normal raid thing, and I was like, okay, maybe if like all my raid partners were to be like at least had somewhat of a brain cell kind of thing, like the AI would have a brain cell kind of thing, and they would actually bring in a Pokemon that could kind of do some damage and stuff like that, because it is a Magikarp. It is whatever the level the Ditto is, that has the stats of like a level 5 or something like that Magikarp. Oh no, level 15 Magikarp. I think it just learned whatever, because it was my shiny Magikarp that I found. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use that, and that's going to be very helpful for us, because it's a Magikarp. It's not going to do anything. And then the one NPC that's using a move that this Terra Pokemon is resisting is barely doing any damage. And the next thing I know is that the next time that I look at the Magikarp's stats, it's like +4 in attack and defense. And I'm just sitting there going like, how did you do that? How did a Magikarp that only knows Splash and Tackle get +6 attack and +6 defense kind of thing. And I'm just like, how? I don't have bulk up on my Magikarp. And even if I did, that would be a very silly thing to do. So I kept getting confused about how this Magikarp kept getting boosted up stats. And it was a fire raid, I think, or whatever. So I was like, okay, my teammates are being really silly for some odd reason. So I thought, okay, we're just going to ignore that and we're just going to go do a different thing. So I ended up going and switching the Pokemon into something that's actually somewhat viable. I ended up going with my Quinquavel, which has bulk up. Not a good idea. Because apparently it doesn't say every move that it bloody uses. So I didn't know that it was using bulk up. I'm staring at the screen and it's not using bulk up at all. And meanwhile, when my Quinquavel uses Aqua Stab because it is a fire raid, so I thought it would do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, my Quinquavel's not doing a lot of damage. What? Why is my Quinquavel not doing a lot of damage? So I look at its stats, and it as well as having +6 attack and +6 defense. How did it get that high? It didn't use bulk up once. Or even if it did use it, it only used it once or twice. There's no way that it's actually +6. And I think what happens is that the game treats single target moves as a single target. Like, literally. So what it does is that, let's say, on partner 1 and 2 uses bulk up, partner 3, it uses Aqua Step, and then for partner 4, it uses... What was a move that... I don't know what my fighting type move is, but I know what my other move is Ice Spinner. So we'll say Ice Spinner. So now it is +2 in attack and defense, because it used it on 2 of the opposing Pokemon by boosting up itself on those kinds of turns. And then for turn 3, right when it would attack, let's say, the player, it uses Aqua Step, which does a ton of damage because, again, it is +2. And because it is a +2 attack, but it's also doing something else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so dumb. I don't remember how I won. I think I just used a different Pokemon. Oh, I remember something too. I done goofed on one of the raids, and I was like, oh, I'm so smart by doing this because I am so smart because I know my Pokemon's ability is this, so it'll just pretty much do absolutely nothing to me. So there's this grass raid that's the Ditto, and I thought it would be a brilliant idea to bring Captain Kidd, a fire ghost Ceruledge that has Bitter Blade, so even if it manages to hit me with Shadow Claw, I could just heal it up. So the first 2 turns I use Swords Dance, and of course this opposing Pokemon is hitting me very hard with other moves. So I'm like, okay, this is fine. I can just use Bitter Blade. Not thinking that when a Ditto transforms, it also copies the ability at the same time. It's one of those things where it's like you know it, but you also didn't know that it would do this at the same time. So, like, I knew that Ditto copies everything, but I forgot that it also copies the ability at the same time. I thought it maintains its ability for some reason. So when it said it used Flash Fire, I was like, oh, I'm such a fool. I gave the opposing Ditto Flash Fire, and it's a grass type. So I fled, and then I went and I think I used... What did I use? Maybe I didn't use anything. Maybe I just stopped. Because the Ditto raids were just not for me. In order to do them, you have to use, you have to actually be on an online party. And unfortunately for me, I'm not on an online party because I'm in an area that has no internet. So I'm all by myself, so I ended up just stopping. But I could do the Samurott raid. But I was like, do I really want to do the Samurott raid? I don't really feel like doing the Samurott raid, so I never did it. So I didn't do it, like, that day, but, like, I thought the Ditto raids have such good rewards because they give you the EV reducing berries, which are an amazing reward to get a hold of, especially if you want to EV train Pokemon, because you get rid of the ones you don't want. But of course, I couldn't do it. So, do I actually have to fight the rival? No. Oh no, I think the rival's after. Oh no, wait. I think you have to talk to the guy first, right? You have to talk to Kurt, I think? I don't remember the story. Especially not at this point. It's been too long since I played the beginning part of this. And to think, later on, we're going to be doing Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Yeah, yes, we are. We're actually going to be doing those games, too. So we're going to be doing Heart Gold, Soul Silver. We're going to be doing Fire Red, Leaf Green. We're going to be doing... Gen 5 doesn't have one. Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Gen 7 doesn't have one. And technically we already did Brilliant Diamond, but we'll be doing Shining Pearl. Okay, so what I'm going to do for Sword and Shield is that hopefully, in my opinion, what will happen is that I will have the... a homebrewed Switch, though I can copy my saves and put them on the hard drive, and so though I can just override them. Because that is my actual hope for everything. Because then if that happens, I can play like any Switch game that's on my Switch without fear. The only one that I can't do is Legacy of the Duelist, the Yu-Gi-Oh game, because that one you can't back it up at all. It's all internal. You can't move it from console to console. Can't do that. Believe me, I was pissed when I realized that. Because I was able to build some really nice decks on that game, and one really fun one, and then another one that was sort of like really good if you're just starting out, and a bunch of other things too. So I was like, oh hey, I really want to go do this, right? So when I found out that you couldn't transfer the save over from console to console, I was like, you're joking. Like, that is something that the Nintendo Switch is known... I don't want to say known for, but that's like one of the mechanics that you can do. Like, how could you not change the way that your game is played in order to incorporate this feature? And it's also funny, though, because Nintendo is also the one that make it so that we can actually have... we have cloud saving. We pay for it. But yet, for some odd reason, for Pokemon games, they don't have cloud saving features. So it's like, then what's the point of us spending $20 or whatever it is? I think for me it's like $20, but I think it went up. So now I think it's probably like $30. And I'm talking about for the year thing. For the year thing, that's not family, it's just individual. Yeah, because I think it's like $30. I think the last time I paid was like 22 something, I think. Not a lot, but still, like, it's still a significant portion for like a year membership kind of thing. And not only that, though, that I barely use any of the features. The only reason why I even like want to get it is because of the fact that like when I play Pokemon, I want to do the online raids. Mind you, I don't have much time nowadays to be able to do them, but later on I will. And it's the same idea with streaming as well. Right now, I don't have a very good consistent schedule in order to stream right now. Later on, it'll be a lot better, so I'll be able to do it. But right now, it's not happening. There's not much time for me to have in order to do it. Because right now, this is literally the time to, not now, but later on, it'll be like the timetable where I can actually do streaming. Which will be pretty much like after I wake up. And I'm not saying that that's bad or anything like that, but that's actually what it is though, too. Like, my schedule right now doesn't allow me to be able to have enough free time in order to do it. Because I am pretty much gone from my computer. I am gone about, I'm going to say roughly around 14 hours. So 14 hours I'm gone. So that leaves 10 hours. So about 8 of those hours, let's say that I am going to be asleep. So now we have 2 hours. That 2 hours is just so that though, like, any of the stuff that I want to do before I have to leave for the 14 hours, I do at that time. Now you could say, oh, you could record videos at that point. Not every day. Because depending on the game, I'll play longer than the 2 hours. Look at Oblivion. I think most of the sessions, if not all of them, are above 8 videos, which is about 2 hours and 8 minutes. And that's too long for me to actually do. So, like, I don't have the time nor the willpower to even do it at those days. And I know that that is a horrible thing to say, but that is actually the truth, though. I don't have the time nor the energy to do it at those days. But later on, which is like technically I could have done some recordings yesterday, but I just didn't feel that well, so I didn't do it. Even today, like, I probably won't do anything later other than edit this session, but maybe the day after I might. Which means tomorrow. That's what I mean by day after. But again, though, like, that's kind of like where my mind is, though, is like, do I have the energy to record this? Yes. Okay, start recording. The only time that I won't have energy, but I need to record, is when there's only a low amount of videos. And I need videos in order to, so that way I keep my upload schedule. I have not missed a day of uploading once. There was a day where I almost missed, I think. So I got very late in terms of the uploading schedule, but that was it. I never completely missed, where I just never uploaded on a day. Yeah, because I don't think I missed a day. I think I got close a couple days, but I don't think I actually missed one. I think there was the one day where I didn't realize until the last second, I think. And I was like, oh shoot, I have to upload. And I think it was like 2 p.m., I think. Then I clued in, I was like, oh wait, I never uploaded videos for the day. But that was back when I used to upload that day. I don't do that anymore. I try and upload a little bit ahead of time. I mean, technically nowadays I try to upload a little bit ahead of time. I think at some point I went a month ahead, which was really good because I actually had a ton of footage that needed to go up anyway, so it actually it balanced itself out. But now I can't do that because for Pokemon Gold, I don't want to say obligated, I just don't feel, for Pokemon Gold and Silver and probably Crystal, not quite sure, but I probably won't feel like recording it that much. In the way that, like, I want to record it every single day and I want to finish off the... Like, I want to go from start to finish kind of thing. Like, all in one sitting kind of thing. I don't think I can do it. I think for this game in general, I think, like, doing, like 6 videos is probably already pushing it for me. It's not the graphics, it's not the audio, it's just trying to find the in-between. Like, between the start of the video and the end of the video to even, like, come up with something to talk about. Like, you can probably already tell, though, that none of it is, well, most of it is not Pokemon related. But, like, try to find something that fills in the gaps that you can do, or that you can talk about. That's why I'm trying to find, like, something that's sort of represents the channel in a way. And I know for a fact that one thing that I want to do for the channel is I want to record 2 games that are actually going to be very interesting to do, especially for us. What I might do is I'll do a little bit of cheating. Now, don't get me wrong, the little bit of cheating is actually going to make the game at least a little bit more fair for me in particular. Mind you, I can already kind of think that the game will be a little bit fair in a way. Or it kind of balances itself out, I think. But it'll be very helpful to have it. But pretty much this one game has very limited amounts of ways for your game character to earn money. Like, you have to fight trainers, but unfortunately the trainers that you fight are only once per battle kind of thing, and there's no way that you can farm like wild like money any other way. So what you have to do is you have to pretty much like, you have to kind of conserve your money. But unfortunately, like, if you're using revives, full restores, hyper potions, like, you know, the whole works kind of thing, you're going to be using up a lot of money. Like, when I played it, I was using Ultra Balls and Great Balls kind of thing because I needed to get enough Pokeballs in order to go and end up doing stuff. Now that I do the Pokeball only challenge, I guess I could try and see if it works, though. But then, like, if it gets too rough where, like, the Pokeballs is the only part that I really don't want to worry about anymore, I'll literally just go max stack of Pokeballs. Like, I don't... Like, if that's the only part that's going to be very much of a problem, I'm not gonna be too angry at that. Because for me, that part of it doesn't really matter to me. Like, if I want to go and, let's say, I'm trying to think of what I want to say right now. Like, if I want to go through the entire game without having to worry about one thing, then that's fine. Let me do that. Because I don't want to worry about too many things when I'm recording. I want to worry about the one thing, or the 2 things, or the 3 things. Not the 20 other things I have to worry about. And I'm probably not going to make it into a challenge run. I'm probably only going to make it so that, like, it's just a normal run. Because I don't think I can do a challenge run on those games. I don't think I could ever do a challenge run on those games. Like, I'm trying to remember, like, how I went through the games, and it's like, no, I don't think I can. I'll get lost maybe too many times, or either that, or I will not get lost, but I will get too tired. Yeah, so it looks like... Yeah, so there's something I want to do for Oblivion. There's still something I'm working on for Minecraft. I can use it for Pixelmon Adventures, but I want to wait until Circuitcraft gets it first, because then it's not going to spoil anything. And it's going to be a lot more fun to show it off in Circuitcraft, because you get to see it in its full glory. Whereas in Pixelmon, you won't get to see it, because a lot of the features that I want to add to it are a part of 1.20 kind of thing, or 1.19 or something. Like, you know what I mean, though? Like, they're a lot of the newer features. Whereas in 1.12, it's a lot of the older features, and in which case they won't actually help me out. So. Hello. Alright, we're going to do the second gym. We might be able to do the third gym, too, this session. Man, I can already feel myself getting tired already. There you go. Would that be correct? Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Just need to let somebody know something. That's it. Oops, wrong button. Alright. Now time to fully heal our Pokemon. Okay. Alright, Sacred Fire. Let's see here. Okay. Zubat, okay. Easy enough to take down. Sacred Fire again. Can't wait till we're level 22, man. We're gonna get Gust, and that's gonna help us out so much. Oh, yeah, look at that. Gust. At 33, we're getting to cover. Which is gonna be so helpful. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Your Pokemon are weak, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Or at least I don't. Nope. Alright, let's go get the bird. Technically, we shouldn't even know the bird is missing. I wonder if we can kind of cheat the system. It's gonna be kind of hard if a wild Pokemon appears. Paris, we don't really care. Oh, I need to take off my headphones, man. Ugh. Yeah, I still need to get new headphones. That is the one thing that I definitely still need to do. And a new keyboard, but I don't really care about the keyboard right now. It's still kind of it's still functioning. Headphones are just really old. There we go. Well, at least those headphones I've had for like, I want to say like 8 years. So like, they're pretty old. Wait, let's see here. Yeah, I want to say about 8 years now. Maybe getting close to about 9 years. So I definitely need new headphones. There we go. Give me cut. Thank you. That's what we needed. Stage M cut. Of course, you have to have the gym badge from Azalea to use it. We already do. Alright. Alright. Oops, that's Flash. Cut. Give it to cut, of course. Now, could I do events? I think Crystal, has like a Celebi event, but I'm not going to go do that. Because I'm going to do only events that have been released in North America. And I think the Celebi one wasn't released in North America. I think it was only Japan. I think it was only in Japan. Actually, let me check. Maybe there is a virtual console version that might have been ported or something like that. Pokemon, Crystal. Celebi event. Ah. Yeah, this cannot be done in the US. Oops, I clicked attack on the Kakuna. You must have all 16, beat a minigame, and complete a quiz to have the attendant communication tower give you the GS ball. Okay, yeah, so in the Virtual Console release, they changed it to be much easier, so you just get it. I guess what I could do is I could just give myself the GS ball, maybe. But it says that this cannot be done in the US. That's the only thing that I don't know if it will allow me to do it, though. Maybe, oh, hang on. Maybe I could port this over to the Virtual Console. Like, let me just explain what I mean, though. So what I mean is that if I were able to change this one to the Virtual Console, do the change, get the item, and then maybe try and port back? But it might not allow me to do it, though. It might just tell me that I can't do it. Similar to how the Pixelmon Adventures server kind of works, where you can take your Pokemon from the 1.12 version over to the 1.16, but you can't take the 1.16 version over to 1.12 because it just corrupts them. And it just breaks the whole thing, and it doesn't allow you to do anything. I was a little bit miffed when I was a little bit angry when I saw that. I was not happy. As soon as I saw the fact that, like, it just caused so many issues, I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. So yeah. I don't even know if I can even take down a Psyduck. I have a Sacred Fire, that's it. What's the next Pokemon? It might have to take a long trip back. Yay. Hopefully it's only one Pokemon. It's gonna speed it up a little bit. Speed this up. Is it just the one Pokemon? Oh, thank you. It's only one Pokemon. Get to Goldenrod. Get me to a flippin' Poké Center. Alright, so we need to get a bunch of Pokeballs. Well, not really, but we just need to get a decent chunk of Pokeballs is what I mean. And when we do that, we can go to the Pokemart. Then we can catch the Abra that's supposedly here. The Abra will help us out a ton. You don't sell Pokeballs? That's interesting. You should sell Pokeballs. Yeah, why don't you sell Pokeballs? That's very interesting. Or unless this guy sells the Pokeballs. Ah, he does. Perfect. I'm gonna want 50. I think this is before they started giving Premier Balls away too. So we don't get extra free balls, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to use the Premier Ball anyway. Mine is the iconic Pokeball, and that's it. Okay. If worse comes to worse, I'll just move the Abra from the other save over to here. I'll just use up, let's say, like 5 Pokeballs or something like that just to bring it over. Because there's no point in me, like, wasting time just getting a Pokemon that I'm just going to use the exact same shenanigans for. Like, the only reason why I want the Abra is because it can learn Flash, and because it also has Teleport. Yeah, I kind of figured it would break out. Yeah. You're not going to be lucky in getting another one. Okay, the next Abra we find, if we don't catch it, I'm just going to continue onward. I'm just going to go fight all the trainers in here, get enough experience for the Ho, then we're going to go fight all the gym trainers. Then we're going to fight the gym leader, and I think that's going to be it. And then next time, the Ho will have a name, and if we don't get the Abra, I will go move it over from the gold one. I'll just copy it over. The reason why I'm not gonna bother trying to catch one on here is because we're gonna use it in the same way that we used the Abra on silver or gold. Sorry, not silver, gold. We're gonna use it for teleport, just for easy access back into towns. We're gonna use Flash, just like as you would use Flash for. So yeah. So Just give me another Abra. Oh, don't tell me that this game's gonna kind of pull what Minecraft does for the paintings. Oh, I hate that so much. I have like a specific painting that I want to get a hold of. So like I'll since sometimes I'm in creative mode when I do it. So what I'll do is I'll punch it. I'll right click and then left click at the same time just to kind of punch it and then punch it again, punch it again, punch it again. So what happens is that I do it so fast that when the painting that I want to show up shows up, I accidentally break it. And then so I go, ugh, so I have to do it again. And then I do it slowly and then I'm like, ugh, this is so tiring. And I speed up and then that's when it happens again. Sometimes I'm fast enough and I can catch it before it gets worse, but more than half the time, nope. I more than half the time break it. Then I get really, really sad because I accidentally broke the painting that I wanted. So, sorry, can't really do much about it. I broke a painting that I really wanted to use. So, whatever. But yeah, Minecraft needs to add more paintings, or at the very least, like, have some kind of other decoration item that's like that. Okay, we're gonna throw another Pokeball at you, buddy. Let's see if we catch you. Oh, wow, we got him. Nice. I'm just gonna name it... Okay, so I can't name it Teleport Flash because it's too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name it Tele, and then we're gonna go with Flash. Teleflash. I would hyphenate, but I don't really care. Alright, so now we got a Teleport Flashmon. Now we're just gonna go fight all the trainers, and if we have enough time, I will definitely go and do the gym. If we don't have enough time, it'll be the first thing we do next session, 100%. Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm half asleep right now, and I am trying to, like, stay up and about, but, like, I definitely can't. And my mind is just everywhere right now, so it's like, I can't keep track of what's going on my screen. Enough that I really want to, so, yeah. Yeah, so something else that I wanted to do is that I do want to continue recording some Pokemon Scarlet. The only thing that I want to do with Pokemon Scarlet now is, like, if there's a Pokemon that I want to shiny hunt, or in particular, like, if there is a Pokemon that I want to get, like, to get ready for raids kind of thing, because the next Pokemon that's going to be a part of the whole 7-star raids, we need to get this one Pokemon ready kind of thing. I'm going to make it into a complete only. And the reason why I want to do that is because if it's complete only, it makes more sense for me to do it. Because if the... how do you word it? Kind of thing. Sure, I'll use Flash. Not like it matters. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. Yeah, it doesn't really help anyway. This thing just has to start hitting me, actually. That's all it is. There you go. That's all it needs to do. And then for Ho-Oh, we just need to safeguard, and hopefully that we actually protect ourselves from Leech Seed. Because there's no way this thing can take us down. Without anything, so yeah, that's good. Yeah, so like, for the channel though, like, I really wanted to do, I want to do more, like, Minecraft stuff and more Oblivion stuff, of course. Like, as I said before, though, when Oblivion modded playthrough is over, that doesn't mean that Oblivion is over. We're going to be doing Oblivion mod playthroughs only at that moment. And that doesn't mean, like, we're just going to wait until Oblivion mod playthroughs are done in order for me to continue on to something else. No. So, what I mean by that is that, like, if I wanted to, let's say, play Skyrim, I can still play Skyrim, but I'll still have Oblivion mod playthroughs running in the background in order to do stuff. For Skyrim, okay, I don't want to say anything wrong about Skyrim, especially for the modding community. I love it. It's an amazing community, but they don't have many good quest mods. I know, very bad topic to say, but it is the truth. Out of the, I think it's almost 12 years now that Skyrim has been out. So the original Skyrim has been out. I have very rarely found any good quest mods that I personally would enjoy playing. There's a few that are really good. And there's a few that are okay. And I know that there was one that I had, or that I wanted to play, that actually caused my game to crash a bunch of times before I could even do anything. Now, this was before I had mod loaders. So how I used to do it is I used to manually install all my mods. There was no such thing as a, well, there was such a thing as a mod organizer, or a mod loader, but I never used it. I've always been used to having, like, doing it myself, by hand installing it, pretty much. Installing it manually. And I actually have a good story that I wanted to mention right when we're talking about mods in general. So back during, I want to say 2008, 2009, back before I even started modding Oblivion, so I wanted to mod my Oblivion because I saw a person make a video and their character had, I think it was the Capes and Cloaks mod. But they had a cape, and they told you, like, and in the description, they told you, like, where this mod came from. By the way, I'm going to be doing a mod list. For the modded playthrough, so though if anybody wants to know what the mods that I am using are, there's going to be a link in the description of the playlist that you can find them in. So the playthrough completes and the playthrough for the Oblivion modded playthrough, for those and the Oblivion modded playthrough completes, in the description of those there will be a paste bin link that will sort of tell you, like, what mods I am using. So if you wanted to know, let's say, where my animation mods come from, or what animation mod I am using, that's where you'll find it. or if you wanted to know like where I got my sword or where I got my weapon from, that's where you'll find it. I mean, if it's the Dark King, it comes from my mod, so. But I can definitely tell you like where the original items come from, if needed. Mind you, the original where I got the original Dark King's armor from was actually from a mod that got it from the original mod. But back to my story. So, back before I even learned how to mod my Oblivion, I watched a video of a guy using the Capes and Cloaks mod, and I thought that that was a really cool mod, and I wanted to install it. So, unfortunately, when I downloaded the mod, there was no instructions on how to correctly install it, or what you were supposed to do to correctly install it to work. So what I did, and this was a horrible mistake now that I think about it, I grabbed each individual file, I Control-8 of course, and I moved them over to the data folder. So if you know how the Oblivion folder looks like, where you look at all your ESMs and your ESP files, that's where I moved all the individual files. So all of the icons, all of the item models, everything was all in there. And when I booted up the game, it wasn't working, and I was like, why? I installed it properly. It's all in there. Why can't I play this cool mod? And then I think I found a different video that explained how to correctly install it. And it told me exactly what I did wrong. So I ended up correcting that. And I felt very, very silly. So during this time, up until I want to say about... so we'll say about 2009 to about... I want to say 2018, so about 9 years after I figured out how to do it, what I did is that I would download the mod, extract it, do whatever that you needed to do, move the meshes and textures in the ESP file, copy, cut, whatever you want to do it, paste it into the Oblivion data area, and then delete the rest. Delete whatever I didn't need. Now, I've changed it this way because that's very silly of me to do in the first place. So pretty much what happens is that if something went wrong, which one of the animation mods that I had installed would always have an issue. So I would always have to reinstall it every bloody time that I downloaded and installed a new mod. So I literally have to go back to the mod page and download it again in order to do it, because again, I deleted after every time that I would add it. So every time I downloaded, extracted, and then moved it over back into the data folder, I would delete the files that were not in the data folder. Well, of course that's going to cause issues, because guess what? The next time I install a new mod, it's going to break again. So now what I do is I actually keep a zip file of the extensions that I actually do use. And that reminds me that I still have to provide the fix for the Lost Spires mod, because of the one issue that I saw in the video, and what I've always kind of had with Lost Spires. I've never seen it actually be fixed, which I think was kind of odd though, but I have seen it when it has worked, because I think I did it before, or somebody had an older version of it where it wasn't broken. So yeah, so like it can be fixed. Like it has been done before, but for some reason though, the copy that I got, which, okay, so I wanted to mention this too, because I wanted to kind of mention it at the same time. So the Lost Spires website I think... Is it still down or is it back up now? I wonder if it's actually going to do anything. No, it is still down. So, unfortunately, you can't get it from its original source. I'm going to try and see if I can actually find out if there's actually... If somebody actually put it on the Nexus now. The Lost Spires. I know there was a patches system for it. Yeah, so there's only like... There's this one that says the files uploaded to Test Nexus are just patches. Download the main file at the site below, which is the lostspires.com thing. I want to take a look and see if this one gives me somewhere else. I don't remember if there was another trainer. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm still reading. All right. So I'm just looking at it right here, and it's... And again, like a lot of the different things that I'm seeing here are just not that very like helpful, to be fair. Like this is just saying like different patches for it, but it's not telling you like where you can get it nowadays. So I think that in order to do that, you have to go to the comments of it, and you'll get to the latest version. So what I'm thinking of doing, and I know I'm going to break something. I'm going to break some form of copyright or whatever. Which will be an issue, but... I mean, if it helps, I guess. What I'll do is I will post the version that I use, but I'll also put the little patch that'll actually fix that missing texture issue that we've seen on the video. So that will at least be patched. Because that will at least be somewhat helpful for us, because then at the very least... That'll be a little bit helpful for you guys, because then at the very least you guys know that you guys can actually play the mod from start to finish and you'll have no issues. Again, that's kind of like how I look at it anyway. Yes, we learned Gust. Yes, we got a better move. Well, we got a more accurate move. That's what I should say. Yes. But I do want Sacred Fire, though. Alright, so we're going to go heal up. Then we're going to go back. As I said, probably later on today, I'll probably just only edit. I probably won't even record anything anymore. For a little while. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that, like, I'm just too tired lately. And I want to get all the background stuff done first before I go, like, okay, like... So that way I could just get all giddy about me just having all this stuff ready for, like, in the future when we want to do stuff like this. Oh, I forgot to turn off the speed. My bad. Alright, we're back. We're gonna face Whitney, the bane of everybody. Clefairy, that's fine. Clefairy should be at least a little bit annoying, so I'm just gonna safeguard right now. Double slap, that's fine. Shouldn't do that much damage anyway. Don't know why double slap hits more than twice, but anyway. It was just like a and then just keeps doing it over and over again. Metronome. Ooh, Spadef goes up, that's fine. All of our moves are physical. Other than Sacred Fire, of course. Sacred Fire is special. Because it's a fire type move. Miltank, that's fine. Sacred Fire. And boom! Bye-bye. There's no way this thing's surviving. What?! What? It lived? Well, at least it's stuck in rollout, so I can just gust and take it out. I am surprised we didn't even get the burn off of that, too. The burn would have just been extra nice. Wait, what are you back here for? Oh, yeah, that's right. You want the badge. It's like, yeah, I want the badge. I don't even remember what my team was at the end of Gold. I know I had the Legendary. Or the opposite Legendary, which is what we're probably going to be doing. We're going to bring back Lejuria. Ooh, maybe we can bring back Lejuria from Gold. And bring it over to here. That is actually something that I want to kind of do, too. And I think I've already said this before, too. But I'm going to mention it again. I think I mentioned it in the last session of Gold. But what I want to do is I want to be able to bring all of the Pokemon that we've been able to play with for these games in general. And bring them over to... and bring them over to like the latest games, and then what I could do is I could just surprise trade them away, or we could just link trade them away, or something odd like that. Just so though, like if you like, let's say Lejuria from Silver, you can get it, kind of thing, and it'll be legitimate. Even though technically I had it at level 5 or whatever, still, it's fine. And even for the Ho, which I don't even know what I'm going to name it, but yeah. But even for the Ho, like you can have that when it's like fully done, kind of thing. And don't worry, I'm gonna try and get the legendary dog, I think, of the Silver and Gold kind of thing. I don't even know if I want to do it for Crystal, but I might do it for Crystal. I don't know. So yeah, so that is going to be it for now. We did 3 gyms. That was awesome. We got Gust as our next attacking move. Let's go and change up the move pool order. I'm going to go with Gust over here, just so that we can just quickly get that, and then we can go with Safeguard. Good. All right. So that is going to be it for now. Next time, we'll continue onward. We'll probably beat the 4th gym, maybe the 5th and the 6th gym. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time for some more Pokemon Silver.